Hello and welcome to episode 3 of my Steins Gate walkthrough. If you are new here and want to start from the beginning, the playlist is in the card there. Last time, Okabe made an ass of himself at the lecture and caught the eye of the doctor and his interpreter. How is that going to turn out for him? Maybe Maho is our new Kurisu? It was a bold strategy, Connor. So let's see if it pays off for him. It was thanks to Izaki that I was able to get into the reception held after the ATF was over. They told me there was a dress code, so I went all the way back to my parents' house to get a suit to change into. Oh yeah, look at the people here. At first, all that effort paid off as Izaki introduced me to some of the country's top researchers. Riken, JAXA, IMSS, etc. But before long, Izaki ran off to suck up to some university professor, and I was left completely abandoned. I can't believe you get to go to a fancy party. Die in a fire, Mr. Fancy Pants. You could have helped too, you know. No way! Then don't complain. But I'm jealous you get to go to a party. There's lots of hot rich girls, right? Of course she'd think that. It's mostly guys, I think. Lots of older scientists. I can see at least 3 women. What? Okarin, hang in there, man. Is that all you ever think about?
Yeah, but are they wives? Because if they are, then they are off limits.
To quote Torbeck, just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. My own personal target, Dr. Liskinen, was surrounded by a bunch of famous scientists. It didn't feel like a mere student would be welcome. And so, all I did was stand around and eat from the buffet by the wall. To be honest, I couldn't tell if the food was any good or not. Whenever my glass got empty, a smiling waiter was always around to fill it up again. And so, I found myself drinking more than I intended to. Yeah, that's the danger. Well, at least he's not in a casino. Because that's what the cocktail waitresses' jobs are at a casino. Keep the clients drunk so they gamble more.
Yep. That's why the drinks are free.
Yep. My stomach was already so full, it hurt. The whole place felt like it was another world. I'm really not cut out for this. At the exact moment I spoke, I heard the girl next to me say the exact same thing. Surprised, I looked over at her. Our eyes met. There was a spark across the room.
No, there wasn't.
No, there was a spark. It's that
spark of hate.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
What was a middle school girl doing here?
Brother.
And then, a moment later, I realized it was Hiajo Moho. Yeah, he didn't realize who it was at the first glance, and then he's like, oh right, it's her.
Buddy, you saw her on stage like an hour ago.
He's been drinking for the last hour as well. So you might be a little slow. She was wearing the exact same outfit she'd been wearing during the lecture. A lab coat in a place like this? That's just what the old me would have done.
Oh my god, you're both stupid. God bless.
Either that or she just doesn't care about the dress code and didn't want to get changed.
Let me see. You're...
Maho was clearly out of place. Why? Because she was still wearing her lab coat. Either that or she got dragged here as an interpreter for Liskinen. Why are you wearing a lab coat? I couldn't help but ask.
I was sure I brought some real clothes. A lab coat's real clothes.
She was sure she had, but she hadn't. And that's why she was standing in the corner, trying not to attract attention.
You're the guy who was at the desk this afternoon.
I'm Okabe Rintaro. I'm a student at Tokyo Denki University in Professor Izaki's class. I handed her one of the business cards that I'd thrown together after Izaki told me I needed them. She grabbed one of her own out of a stack and carelessly put it in my hands.
It's fine. No need to be so polite.
That was a huge help.
My name's pretty rare, isn't it?
Yeah, on the plus side, you'll probably not be in a place where two people have the same name type of thing.
Yeah, but I'm on her part of the world where it's like no one can read that shit. No one ever.
Huh? Oh yeah, you said nobody could read it? Yeah, well, I had 8 people in my grade 9 English class with the same first name.
Yeah, we're on the opposite sides of it, so...
Yeah. And one of those 8 people had a name, the same last name as well, just like phonetically the same, just spelled differently.
Oh my god.
I looked at the card and saw that the pronunciation of her name was written in unusually large letters. That was probably because of how people kept screwing it up.
It's a common name in Okinawa, though.
You're from Okinawa?
My great-grandmother and great-grandfather were immigrants. I was born and raised in America.
Half? No, you don't look half Japanese. Quarter Japanese?
Nope. My grandpa, grandma, mom, and dad were all Japanese. My DNA is purely Japanese.
Huh. And then the conversation stopped. I'm a terrible conversationalist, honestly.
So she, it seems.
The old me would have gone full Chunibyo and started ranting about conspiracies and magic powers, whether the other person cared or not. But you can't really call that a conversation. Oh my god, he's grown up.
I don't like it. Go back.
I had no idea what to say to someone I'd never met before. I'd been working at becoming a real adult, even buying and studying men's magazines, but none of it really helped. Without anything to talk about, I looked over to Dr. Liskinen. He seemed to be giving a lecture on neurons to a bunch of scientists. I'm sorry about today.
Huh? Sorry for what?
Oh, for interrupting your lecture.
Oh, that. Don't worry about it.
Probably derailed Liskinen from more sexual harassment.
If you hadn't spoken up, I probably would have. I can't stand people like that.
You sure that would have been a good idea? You heard what the professor said. A scientist should remain calm at all times.
You don't know scientists like I do. Spoiler, they're all fucking nerds.
But also, just because they're scientists doesn't mean they can't get annoyed when someone questions them. They shouldn't, but they're human.
They shouldn't, but I'm not speaking as a scientist right now, so it's fine.
It must have really ticked her off, because she grabbed a cocktail from a passing waiter and gulped it down. Her cheeks turned a pretty shade of pink for an instant, but no longer. She might have had a high alcohol tolerance.
But you're right, really. Sorry. Criticisms like that, they aren't very nice, but they're true. A lot of our research still has a long way to go. Like I said, we still don't really understand how memories work, so, I mean...
Really? Yeah, all they're kind of doing is just... They don't understand how it works, they just copy it wholesale and paste it and hope it all works out.
There are a lot of problems we still have to deal with. More than we discussed at the lecture. Here's an example. We can write memory data back into the brain, but if the brain can't use it, then it's useless. The memories are there, but you can't get to them. It's basically the same as amnesia.
As Maho spoke, I remembered all the lectures and theories that Kurisu had given me back when she was making the time leap machine. If I remember right, when people try to access their memories, the signal goes from the frontal lobe to the temporal lobe, right?
Yep. Top-down memory search signals.
So then... And then I started to talk, remembering what Kurisu had told me about her theories as I went. And since Maho's from the same school, she might recognize some of them. When I used specialized terminology, whose meanings I barely remembered, Maho would tell me what they were. And so, finally, in the process of writing these memories back to the temporal lobe, if you send the pseudopulse you copied along with them to the frontal lobe, the memory search signals will function properly, I think.
Did you figure that out for yourself?
What? No. Maho looked back at the business card I'd given her.
Your major isn't brain science, so someone told you this? Or did you read it in the paper? No, that's impossible. She wouldn't have put it into a paper yet. Yeah, that's what I thought. That because he's speaking from Kurisu's research, that she would have recognized it.
Did I say something wrong?
No, that's not it. One of the researchers at the lab said the exact same thing. None of the other staff believed her, but she said she was sure she could prove it. In the end, she left us before she got to the test stage.
That's... Should I tell her? Should I tell her about me and Kurisu? In this world line, there's almost no connection between me and Kurisu.
What is it?
I made up my mind. If I wanted to follow my dreams, I needed to act. Actually, it was Kurisu who told me about this theory.
What? What did you just say?
Akise Kurisu told me about it.
Kurisu told you? When? Why?
When she was over here as an exchange student. We became friends and she talked to me about this stuff. Of course, that was a lie. Kurisu and I became friends in the Alpha World line, not this one. But a small lie like this was probably okay.
I see. So, Kurisu. Thank you. I mean it.
Her words surprised me. That was the one thing I didn't expect to hear. For what?
For being her friend. She came to Japan all alone. I mean, I'm sure she would have been bored studying all by herself.
All we ever did was fight, though.
That sounds like her. She never gave in, did she?
Never. She'd argue for hours. Like a good scientist. She'd tell me all the time about how she was going to give me a lobotomy and rip out my frontal lobe.
What? She wouldn't... I could see Kurisu saying that.
Right? You need to discipline your researchers better.
I'll admit that much. Sorry.
Huh? She smiled, or so I thought. And then, all of a sudden, she started to cry. What's wrong?
Well,
I didn't have any better ideas, so I grabbed my handkerchief.
Huh?
She didn't seem to know why she was crying herself. And neither did I. Had I said something during the conversation that set her off?
That's grief, baby.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, sorry.
She didn't take my handkerchief. Instead, she took a tissue out of her pocket and wiped her eyes. My brave third Einstein! What? I turned around and saw Dr. Liskinen smiling and quickly striding toward me. He grabbed my hand as he got closer. The handshake was incredibly forceful, and his hands were as big as bear's paws. No, not just his hands. Standing in front of me, he looked even bigger than he had during the lecture. I'm pretty tall, but was at least a head taller than me. Professor, I... Uh-oh. It was all so sudden that I couldn't even think of an introduction. And wait, does he just speak Japanese? Still, I don't approve of you making my assistant cry. Oh, no, this is,
No, Professor, it wasn't his fault. He had nothing to do with it.
Maho and I both denied it as much as we could. But I didn't know why Maho was crying, so I couldn't come up with any excuses. I just started to panic even more. So basically,
Kurisu. I was talking with them about Kurisu and I just started crying.
Chris? You're a friend of Chris's? Yeah.
This is Okabe Rinto-san. He's a student.
Maho introduced me. Dr. Liskinen had a gentle expression on his face as he gave me a slow hug. I felt like I was going to suffocate in his massive arms. Somehow, I could tell that it was his way of remembering Kurisu. I see. If that's the case, then Maho.
Yes?
Why not introduce her to Mr. Okabe?
Can't mean Amadeus?
It was good luck that brought him to us here, wasn't it? While we're in Japan, you can have him be a tester.
Are you serious? You can't just let an outsider...
If he's a friend of Chris's, he's no outsider, correct?
But, sir...
What were they talking about? I had no idea, but this was my chance to build a relationship with Dr. Liskinen. I didn't want to blow it. I'd love to help. Nice! He patted me on the shoulders and smiled. It was an innocent smile, like a child's. Okay then, ask Maho for the details. Thanks. Another scientist was calling him, so he wandered away. Maho was shaking her head in disbelief. What's he talking about? Meeting Amadeus? Being a tester?
The demonstration of Amadeus we did during the convention used my memories, but... Amadeus also has another researcher's memories saved as data.
Huh? Another researcher's memories? What did that mean? When I finally figured it out from Dr. Liskinen and Maho's conversation, my heart started pounding. You can't mean... her?
Yeah. Makise Kurisu's memories are stored in Amadeus. They're 8 months old, though.
Several days passed after the ATF party. 10 minutes from Ikebukuro via the express train. And then 10 minutes by bus from a station called Wako City in Saitama. Global Brain Science Comprehensive Research Organization, Japanese office prep room. That was what the plate on the door said. To get in, you needed 3 types of special keys, plus a security card. What is this place?
The plan is for brain scientists from all around the world to work together to make a new organization. Our lab is leading the way.
She led me inside.
The mysterious Suketos have at last appeared in Akihabara, yeah!
What?
You haven't heard of the ancient urban legends of Akihabara, yeah?
I knew about a few of them, but the Suketos are new to me.
If a group of 3 people sit in the back seat of a certain maid cafe, they appear. Or so they say, yeah? Danger. Oh, danger multiple times. No one ever knew which maid cafe it was. Until now, yeah? It's May Queen, yeah?
Is everything okay?
Everything's fine, yeah. They just join your game in the middle of a raid and steal all the mobs, no?
Hang on a second. The office must have been newly rented. Most of the desks were still empty, showing no signs of ever being used. There wasn't even a whiteboard, which made the room look even more empty. There wasn't a lot of natural light. Maybe the windows were on the north side? The only illumination was from the overhead fluorescent lights. The room felt very cold. Either that or they're doing some research that they don't want people spying through the windows.
And scientific areas generally are cold. Germs can't live there. And that's why hospitals and such are very cold, because germs die.
Yeah, but this is a computer science research. Germs aren't as...
Yeah, but computers. Also a thing you need to keep cold.
Yeah, you keep the lab cool, and meanwhile, the thermostat for the lab is set to 20, but to keep the lab at 20, the rest of the building is kept at 15 or 10.
Yeah, because all the computers generate a lot of heat.
No one was sitting at any of the desks, but 2 of them had stuff on them. One of them was a mess, filled with notes, calculators, coffee cups, and supplement bottles. That was the one Maho sat down at. Does she want supplements to help her grow? Which meant the one that was neatly organized must belong to Dr. Liskinen, right? Where's the professor?
Off today.
Well, it was Sunday. Are you off today too?
Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to sleep past noon. I feel you, girl.
Well, she was supposed to be off today, but someone needed to be shown the Amadeus system. That's true. When I'd gone to pick her up from her hotel in Wako City, she'd come out of her room half asleep. This was the day that I was supposed to meet Amadeus Kurisu. Maho had gone over the basics of being a tester on the way here. Essentially, Amadeus needed sample data for conversations, and they were going to give me an environment where I could talk to her anytime, 24 hours a day. She didn't give me any details beyond that, though. So, I'll be able to talk to Amadeus Kurisu 24 hours a day, huh? Is Kurisu's Amadeus here?
Yeah.
Maho nodded and gave me a glance.
You just said she, didn't you?
Yeah.
You two were a lot closer than I thought, weren't you?
Maybe my silence was an answer in itself. Okabe-san, may I have a moment of your time? Not today. I see. I'm sorry to bother you. Really sorry. Counting on you.
I love the little, personalized emojis they have. That's very cute.
Maho's response was uncharacteristically hesitant.
Then maybe you shouldn't meet her after all.
Why?
The closer you are to someone, the crueler that system is. Yeah, I see what she's getting at.
I'm okay.
Fine. I won't bring it up again. But just remember one thing. The memories are from March, the last time Kurisu did an update. So anything you say about what happened after March, for example, when she was in Japan, she won't remember.
That's right, isn't it?
And the professor and I have run her program a lot of times between March and today. Each time, Kurisu, the Amadeus Kurisu, has created memories the original never had. Stories we've told her, information she's found on the internet, new people she's talked to, things like that.
I'm not sure the wisdom of giving an unshackled AI access to the internet is.
Not very good. In other words, what you're about to meet isn't Machina Kurisu, your friend. It's one of the problems with the system. It causes a lot of confusion with the people on this side. I mean, us humans. Because you'll think you're talking to the real Kurisu.
So don't get reality and fantasy mixed up, I guess.
Our brains have trouble keeping up with the fact that our memories aren't shared with them.
Memories that aren't shared. Now there's a feeling I knew well. Yeah, I guess he's got a unique perspective because he's been time leaping.
Yeah, he's very used to going back and finding people who have no idea what's going on.
Reading Steiner. It was the power only I possessed, which made my memories different than those of the people around me. Take me to her. Maho gave me a slight nod.
This way.
She led me to the back of the room. There was a booth, separated by a thick partition. To get inside the booth, you needed a different card key than the one used to get into the room, as well as a security code. You're pretty strict about security. Yeah.
I imagine they would be. Industrial spies are our biggest threat these days.
She entered the security code and unlocked the door.
Go inside.
The room was about 2.5 meters per side. At one end was a white desk, and above it was a PC with a built-in 30-inch screen monitor.
Sit just behind me.
There was a small sofa that let you sit behind the user and see what was happening on the screen. I sat there. Maho powered on the PC and began to type. A second later, the words Amadeus system appeared on screen. Also, Salieri was the Beethoven's biggest rival, basically. Or no, Amadeus Mozart's biggest rival, sorry.
Yeah.
I saw her put the ID in. Salieri. Salieri and Amadeus, huh? Probably not, they just... because one's called Amadeus, might as well call the other Salieri just to keep the theme going. Come to think of it, the famous movie Amadeus, he was a character who was spiteful and jealous of Mozart's incredible talents, but who, in the bottom of his heart, admired him more than anyone else. That character's name was Salieri.
Don't look at the password.
Maho moved her body to hide her hands. I looked away. She finished logging into the system, and a simple bare command prompt appeared on screen.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Do it.
Do it.
Do it!
Maho entered several commands at the prompt.
Sorry, I can't show you this.
Well, I wouldn't be able to make any sense of it anyway.
Still, you know how it is.
She turned off the monitor. Then she spun around to face me. I suddenly realized I was clenching my fists. How long had I been doing that? My hands were sweaty, and there was a red spot at the base of my thumb where my nails had dug in. Was I more nervous than I realized?
What is it?
Oh, I'm starting to get a little scared.
There's still time. You can just leave now.
You're pretty mean.
Really? I'm worried about you.
Then act like it. Seriously, you, Kurisu, you experiment-loving girls. For a second, the old joking me was about to come back. I quickly changed the subject. People who spend all their time doing experiments can be so rude.
That's a clear case of slander. I can sue you for defamation if I want.
Stop. You're scaring me.
I know a good lawyer. Want me to introduce you?
How about you stop suing me first?
If you want to talk about a settlement, you're going to need a lot of cash.
I'll buy you a Dr. P later.
You're so cheap.
I heard a small sound from the back of her throat. I guess she was laughing. Normally, I'd find that irritating, but strangely, coming from the girl in front of me? No, she was a grown-up woman, actually. I didn't. Well, at least he's catching himself now.
Yeah, he's doing his best.
Kyojo Moho was very strong-willed, with the prickliness and short temper unique to scientists. She always seemed to be a little upset about something. Maybe it's because she's short.
It is absolutely because she's short.
But maybe she wasn't that bad. Oh, I see. She, Maho. She's a lot like Kurisu. Maybe the angry scientist girl is his type.
It might well be. I don't know, he's fallen in love with a lot of different people.
When I first met Kurisu, she was like that. Arrogant, rude, never willing to change her mind, stubborn, hard-headed, and always ready to confront you with raised eyebrows whenever you said something she didn't like. Her never willing to change her mind, it might be because you just made up bullshit and had nothing to back it up.
That's true.
I truly thought I'd never seen a more unlikable woman. But despite my first impression, on the inside, she turned out to be a fragile, easily hurt, and so kind and so lovable.
What's so funny, Senpai?
I suddenly heard a girl's voice from the speaker. I found myself jumping off the sofa. I knew this voice. I couldn't forget it. I could never. Maho turned on the monitor. The girl I'd never forgotten appeared on the screen. Maybe it was based off her appearance at the brain science lab, because She was wearing a white lab coat. The PC's camera turned towards me on its own.
Who is this?
Maho was introducing me, but I didn't hear anything she was saying. I simply stared, entranced. I wanted to reach out my hands. I wanted to touch her. She was right there.
Okabe Plaza.
Hello.
I'm Makise Kurisu.
It's a pleasure
To meet you.
We get the OP. Yeah, I remember a lot of the advertising material for this was like Kurisu is still out there and you have to go find her type of thing. There is Suzuha's alleged mother. If you were paying attention, there was an Amane Yuki.
Oh,
So, you have found a Makise out there, Okabe. You may still be able to save her. It may just be a copy from long ago, but all is not lost. You just need to open your mind to me once more, and I will help you save her. This is not a world of equivalent exchange. You do not have to settle for one or the other. You are a mad scientist. Be greedy. Do not settle. Seize what you want with both hands.